Hello YouTube, this is William. Um, the Mighty Mini is now available for pre-order. So we're going to go through these real quick and going to give you a brief history on it. If you missed the previous video of the update when I talked about them, basically the Mighty Mini came from the Mini. It's the same handle, pretty much the same handle thickness and everything. It's just that I extended the blade. Okay, the Mini, the blade on the Mini cutting edge is about 2 inches. The blade on the Mighty Mini is 3 inches. Okay, so everything else on the Mini is the same. It's just a longer blade, except for the thickness of steel. Thickness of steel is a little bit thicker. The Mini is 1/8 inch. The thickness of steel on the Mighty Mini is 5/32, so it's about a 32nd thicker. Okay. In addition to the black, OD green, and natural canvas micartas, like so, I also have the option for first runs, the option of a antique maple, like so, with black pins and a black liner. And the wood is going to be slightly, wood comes in 3/8 blocks. So you got 3/8 on either side. I thin it down somewhat, but all of these are handmade. So thicknesses of handles will vary slightly here and there. But rosewood, it'll be a dark rosewood option with a burgundy pin and a burgundy liner. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's about a 1/16 inch burgundy liner. Now, again, the wood is going to be a give and take. It's about 3/4, give or take a little bit on the wood. So, just kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, it's 3/4, a 1/16 here and there, something like that. But it's going to be slightly thicker, I would imagine, than the canvas micarta, which comes in 1/4 inch scales. So the 1/4 inch scales is going to be with a 5/32, is going to be somewhere around 5/8, something like that. Maybe a little bit thicker. Just under 3/4, somewhere around in there. The width is going to be around 1 inch on all of them. But to give you a side by side on these, there you go. Okay. So, and this little Mini here stays in my apron pouch, my leather apron pouch. And these little Mighty Minis, just like the little Mini, is a fantastic EDC. It's got a spear point blade, so I mean even skinning small game, whittling on a stick, fire prep. It's 5/32 blade, so you got some strength there. And if you just want to do bushcraft tasks, then there's the option of just going with a Scandi, so you get a fine but a stronger tip. Or if you want to do some food prep, game prep, things like that, then there's an option to go with a saber grind, okay, which basically has the 12 to 13 degree cutting edge, just like the Scandi. So that is a very fine cutting edge. Now you also have an option on the first runs to upgrade to CPM 3V. The upgrade to CPM 3V is a $75 upcharge. Okay, going to a wood, I think it's around $55, $60 upcharge to go to wood. So the base model with just canvas micarta and a Scandi grind is going to be $210, something like that, just for the knife only. And canvas micarta with a Scandi. Now there's a $5 increase if you go with the saber, because more time, more belt wear, so on and so forth. So I added another $5. Okay, got to recoup some of that cost. So it just depends on what situation fits your needs. These are fantastic little neck knives. There's an option to add a Kydex sleeve for $50. So if you want to go that route, or if you want to do leather, then JRE Industries, and just do a Google search. I'll put a link below for JRE Industries, and it's just, they have decent sheaths. I mean, for the money, it's not a bad sheath. I think probably the leather is maybe 5-7 ounce leather. So I mean, it'll get you by. This is an M, so they fit in there a little deep on an M. So, but you can get one a little bit shorter that'll fit it. And their pricing is pretty reasonable. I think one of these was around $55-$60. So you know, if you want to do leather, that's an option. Or if you want to go heirloom quality, I always recommend my buddy Randy at stitchgear.com. And if you're waiting on a custom sheath, then perhaps one of these little more economical JRE Industry sheaths will work until that custom jobby comes in. So there is an option for leather on these, since they are kind of a bushcrafty EDC type thing. It's just that I don't do leather, and I don't like to do Kydex, to be honest with you. I'd rather just make knives. There's too many people out there that's very good at Kydex and very good at leather, but there's only one WC knife. Okay, so anyway, I encourage people to use those craftsmen, and get you a WC knife and help those other craftsmen out. So anyway, that's the WC Mighty 5/32 AEBL, or upgrade to CPM 3V for $75. And people's going to ask me, which one do you prefer? It just depends. Some people like the 3V. I mean, if you're going to be using the knife and putting it in binds and pry barring and things like that, according to lab tests, the 3V is tougher. But again, AEBL has never let me down. So you know, it's just your call. I want to get the option out there. I had a plate of 3V, and if you want to upgrade to a 3V, there you go. Okay. Now, if you go to my website, wcknives.com, go to the Shop Knives webpage, you're going to see a pre-order for these. We're going to start this today. It'll run through August the 16th. Okay. August the 16th will be the last day, which is a Friday, to pre-order first runs. Okay. 90 days from that point is when they should start shipping out, or getting pretty close to it. Okay. So, you know, it depends on how many is sold. You know, we're looking 90 to 120 days to start getting these out. So the sooner you get your order in, they'll be done in line with who was ordered first. So, you know, it may be since it's a 30-day process for ordering, it may be a 30-day longer wait for you to get your knife if you wait to the last day. So hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, just list them below. But I think it's pretty well straightforward. Somebody had asked me before the pricing on these, and I told them it'd probably be the same as what the minis are. And a word of caution, everything on the website, the production models, are going to go with a 10% increase here. I'm going to give it a week. And so Monday of next week, everything is going up 10%. I did a pencil to the paper. Everything is going up 10%, okay? Because of just pricing of materials and everything else. It's going up. I don't have a choice. So anyway, if you want to get a production model and get it at this rate, then I would suggest you order it. But please do not combine these first runs with any other order on the website, because the production models is a 10-month wait. So you don't want to wait on your number one or your first run for 10 months. Okay? If you combine them, then they don't ship until all of them are done. All right? So separate those orders. All right? Please. Let's see. I think you guys are up to date. So 3-inch blades, 7 inches overall. There will be these marketing knives that's available on the website. You'll see this one. This one is a CPM 3V. So it will be listed on the website and sold accordingly. This one here, the prototype, is also a 3V. And the blade on it is slightly longer. This one's about a 1/4 inch longer. So this is about 3 1/4 and a little bit wider than the production model. So the prototype is just a little bit different, and it also has a tapered tang on this one too. It's 5/32, CPM 3V. See that? So it's a little bit different. I made them a little bit smaller because people want to do pocket carries and things like that. This one's just a little too big for a pocket carry. But these here are more in line with the mini. It's just a longer blade. This green one here has a little bit more belly on it. When I was grinding it, or grinding the handle, I hit the edge with a grinder, so I had to change the bevel on it a little bit, or the blade shape. But anyway, so it'll be sold like this. But yeah, here's a green. So these will be listed as sabers, and it'll say 2, so it'll just be, I'll grab one and send it to whoever. So you may get either one of these if you buy the green OD green saber model. Let's see. Yeah, both of these are AEBL, so it'll be my choice. There is one CPM 3V in a Scandi with a natural. So there's going to be 4. I think there's going to be 4. That is, I think there's one black one. That is, yeah, there is a black canvas saber that is also a 3V. Okay, so these 3 are going to be 3Vs. Or 4. Can't count this morning. These 4 are going to be 3Vs. So I've got the maple, and the maple, I mean, it's with all natural materials, including the redwood. I mean, it's colors are going to vary, grains are going to vary. So just take that with a grain of salt. If you order a maple, it could come curly, it could come with bird's eyes, it could come with a lot of different wood grains in it. Okay. So anyway, I've got one Scandi in CPM 3V with natural handles, and the other 3 are sabers. One with the maple, one that's a little bit larger with a tapered tang with rosewood scales, and a black saber and a natural Scandi. Okay. So those 4 in the marketing knives, you'll see a listing that says marketing knives, and those will be available for immediate sale. Now, if you want a Kydex sleeve for these, which, I mean, if you want one and you insist, I'll do it. But I've got a pile of knives from the last sale that I still got to get to. I lost last week because of the storm. We were out of power for a good 3 to 4 days. So I'm trying to catch up on everything. And so getting the Kydex sleeve for these will be after those are done. So you're looking at least 2 weeks to get them shipped out if you want a Kydex sleeve with it. And if you want a Kydex sleeve, just like before, and I'll put my email address in the description below, but you go to PayPal and send out an invoice or send out a payment, and it'll ask you for an email address. Paste my email address in there, and WC Knives LLC should pop up, or something to that effect. And that's me. Okay, if it says WC Knives, that's me. All right, and so send that to the PayPal account and list on there, please, what your order number is, so I'll know which knife that goes to. Okay, so again, paste my WC Knives email address, full address, WilliamCollins@WCKnives.com. Paste the whole thing in there, and it will come to me. And be sure in the description, list the order number in that description so I know which knife that applies to. Okay? All right. I think you guys that's pretty much it. These pre-orders will end on August the 16th. August the 16th. So be sure and get those in. Now, whether there's going to be a production run of these depends on how sales go. People ask me about the wood drake. The wood drake only sold a dozen. It's not worth putting them up on the website for a production run. Okay, so it just depends on how sales go, and if it's worth the effort or the money to put these things up on the website. The wood drake may come back as a monthly special at some point. I don't know, but right now, only a dozen were sold. So thank you for those that got them. It's a very rare knife, so you might want to hang on to it. Who knows? It may be worth a fortune one day. So anyway, if you want a high quality, heirloom quality sheath, leather sheath, talk to Randy. If you want an heirloom, at stitchgear.com. If you want a Kydex, Randy can do it. If you want a over-the-top Kydex, talk to Yellowhawk, okay? If you want to get just a standard sleeve, and Kydex is going to scratch the blade, folks, I don't care what you do. Kydex will scratch the blade, all right? So if you want just a Kydex sleeve, then be sure and send the money to my PayPal account. The account is WilliamCollins@WCKnives.com, and that'll get to my account. That's my email address associated with PayPal. If you want a leather, get me by basic quality sheath. Nothing wrong with them. They're a fine 5 to 7 ounce leather. Then go to JRE Industries, and I'll try to put a link in the description to their account, or you can just do a Google search JRE Industries. Right here, same sheaths that LT Wright uses, Battle Horse Knives uses. A lot of the custom shops use JRE sheaths. Okay, so nothing wrong with them. All right, just not the quality of stitch gear. You get what you pay for sometimes. All right, so anyway, if you have any questions, put them in the links below. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys are fantabulous. Let's one word about the atrocity that happened over the weekend. I try not to get too political here a lot, but sometimes I don't have a choice. But I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I don't care. This is not okay. This is not good. I would not want this on any of the political figures or anybody in the world. This is just not right. Anyway, pray for Trump and his family, and I'm sure that he'll pull out of this. It's just another strike on him. So hey, he's getting it from all sides, folks. But anyway, whether you like the man or not, you got to tip your hat to him, because he's like the Energizer Bunny, just keeps going. So anyway, please, I think that the hate rhetoric needs to be toned down a little bit. If you don't like the policies, fine, but don't hate the people. Okay? So, all right, till the next one, you guys get in the backyard, whittle on a stick. Be sure to take a child with you, get the opportunity. And don't forget those plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. and we'll catch you again very soon.